Hey guys, how's it going? It is Nanowrimo day 5 and I am super excited that you guys really liked my excerpt yesterday. I feel really great about sharing it because I got such positive feedback and that was really great and motivating, so thank you. And a big shout out to Jarrett Martins. His YouTube channel is INFP Jarrett and you should go look him up because he is a published author. His book Eating Sarah came out this September. You should go read it, buy it, tell all your friends about it, so shameless plug for him. Okay, so the point of this video is the question or discussion topic I'd like to bring up, and I'd really like to get your feedback on it. Something I've tried to tackle in The Sun Went Red is this question of whether the person that you're supposed to be with or your soulmate should be opposite from you or very similar to you. And I've kind of tried to tackle this with the whole plot of this novel. You know, my main character falls in love with this person and they're together, but should they really be together? And then something happens and then they fall in love with this other person, so are they meant to be together? So, I'm just trying to figure out what is the best for the story, what makes the most sense, and I really like to get your feedback because, obviously, if this is some cosmic question I'm trying to struggle with throughout the course of a whole novel, I don't expect to find an answer, really, but, I don't know if there even is an answer. So anyways, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. I'm going to kind of explain my three main characters a little bit better, and you can tell me who you think should be with whom. So, first off, I'd like to say that I kind of believe in people having auras, or auras, however you say it. It might sound a little weird and mystical, but I feel that when you look at a person or you know them well, you can add up all of their essence or all of their traits, and you'll kind of not see but sense a color about them or a presence or just a cloud around them. I don't know. But I get a feeling of color from certain people, and I'll be like, that person is blue. And it's not just so much that they wear a lot of blue or that they have blue eyes or something. It's not really about their appearance, it's just about the feeling that you get from them. So definitely leave me a comment if that applies to you as well. I don't want to be the only freak that thinks like that. So anyways, I'm going to describe my characters in that kind of aura way. And I've got three characters and they kind of form a triangle. So down here on this side you've got Adley. She's like this blood red aura. She's like the female version of me with lots of character traits that I have. She is like very passionate, very obsessed, very controlling. She has depression, she's a writer, she's narcissistic, she's introverted, she's very emotional, she has these ups and downs, and so she's kind of like a turbulent ocean, and she's always changing her mood, and she's got these outbursts, and so her aura would be like churning and kind of like this motion, just like a storm within a person. Okay, and then over here we have Daya, whose aura is deep, deep black, and his motion would be kind of like spiraling or swirling. He's very abandoned and neglected, and whereas Adley had these outbursts, he kind of implodes on himself. He has no self-worth, he's numb, he's cold. He's just on the brink of destruction, chaos, but like a maelstrom inside of himself, and he's like spiraling downwards and downwards, and the closer that you get to that inner circle, the closer he is to death. And they're both frightening, but in different ways, but you can see how they're kind of similar. Churning, spiraling, red, black. So we've got a lot of motion and a lot of craziness and darkness and interesting stuff going on. And on the top of the triangle is D, who is the female version of my fiance, and she would be like a very neutral color, like a neutral beige or sand or cream, something like that. And whereas Adley has these spikes of emotion and craziness, and Daya has these pitfalls of just sinking, she's very even, and really nothing can trouble her. She's like clear, calm water, very zen, very peaceful, and there's like an innocence to her. And she's not exactly happy, because that would imply a lot of emotion or elation. She's just kind of content. She's robotic, she's abstract, she's something else. So she's at the top, and you can see how she really contrasts with these churning and spiraling things down here, whereas up here it's like flat line. And so in my story, Adley falls in love with Dee, and they are in a lesbian relationship. They're two women, and they get married. In Victorian England, I don't really know how that's supposed to happen. And they live together, and they love each other, but there are some problems. I don't think I want to go into that, but they are very opposite from each other, but they do have some similarities. And Daya falls in love with Dee, and she kind of reminds him of his mother, who we just know is Gabriela, that I just kind of talked to you guys about. She was blonde and beautiful, and he doesn't know much about her, so he kind of can ascribe all of the character traits that Dee has and just think that maybe his mother has them too. And he doesn't have a lot of experience with women, so he kind of just falls in love with the first woman he sees, and that happens to be Dee. But she's very opposite from him, obviously. She's into women and kind of taken, so kind of the unattainable woman is interesting to him, I think. But unfortunately, I don't think this is a spoiler because I've already told you guys, but Dee dies. I won't tell you how she dies because I don't even know that yet. That's another thing I have to figure out. But, so anyways, that leaves Daya and Adley with no love interests. So obviously they have to end up together, right? But they're way too similar. So is that going to even work out? Wouldn't you think that two people that are very similar would be drawn to each other? They would be able to understand each other. There's so many stories of like identical twins that just never marry anyone else and they just live their lives together. I'm sure that they have different kind of personalities, but they look exactly the same, and they shared, they're siblings, so they shared a family history growing up, and I just find that fascinating. But there's so many cases like that. So anyways, I'll stop rambling, but you tell me what you think. Do you think that you should be with someone who's opposite from you so that you have, you know, a new and different experience all the time, I guess, male and female, and just someone who's going to challenge you, someone who's going to push your buttons, but also take you to that next level and keep you growing so you're not stagnant? Or do you think that you should be with someone that's very similar to you? Do you think that would work out? If you have two passionate people, if you have two introverts, if you have two narcissistic people, would they want to both be sharing the spotlight? Would they have contrasting, spikes and low points in mood? Would it even be possible for two depressed people to live together and not kill themselves? I don't know. Man. So anyways, I have all of these questions and no answers, so that's your job. I'd like you to please comment below on what you think. Let's discuss. I'm really interested. The fate of The Sun Went Red is resting in your hands. I literally have these questions as plot bunnies and I need to fix them. I need to figure out who's going to be with who's going to die, who's going to kill who, all of that jazz. So, I will stop rambling now. Hasta la pasta.